Hello everyone, welcome to our Palworld Survival Guide. We are taking on one of the first Syndicate Towers, the Rain Syndicate Tower here. And inside is Zoe and Grizzbolt. So we're primarily fighting against Grizzbolt, basically. So this is a boss guide, so we can talk about that. We got some fighting going on right over there. So let's talk about Grizzbolt first of all. He is an electric type pal. Which means if we refer to our elements in our survival guide, we know that ground types are particularly strong against him, while water types are weak against him. Obviously, you can use whatever you want, but if you want to have an edge in the fight, you definitely want to go for ground. Now I have a level 16 Rushor, 15 Fuddler, 15 Rushor ground types that I'm bringing in just to kind of see how we do here. Rushers are pretty decent because they have like okay health. Like this is kind of like a beginner way to fight, if you will, like just to show that whereabouts you should be if you want to start off this fight. So level 16 is our highest guy here, this Rushor. So he has like 1,336 health on him right now. Which isn't terrible. Our Fuddler's not too far behind either. I like the Rushor is good for like health wise. Because he's a little bit tankier, and especially because he will be strong against a Grizzbolt. That also means that Grizzbolt will be weak to him, so his attacks won't take his health down quite so fast. So that's really great, and he's also a mount, so we're going to be trying to mount him just to control him a little bit better, because the Rushor on its own isn't great in terms of like aim, especially with its charged attacks. So I would definitely recommend having the saddle for the Rushor if you plan on using that. And then we have some of these guys are going to be kind of like backups, like our Fuddler here. He's going to be backup. The reason why I have Daydream is because Daydream will actually come and fight with you no matter what. Like it allows you to have like two pals out. Like for example, here's our Rushor. So and the Daydream will be also firing off attacks at Grizzbolt at the same time that we are. So that's kind of a way to have like an extra party member on hand. Now Foxbarks I just have here as kind of like, again, backup. He's one of my stronger ones, and I really just like the flamethrower on him. So I do have the flamethrower on this guy just to kind of, if it looks like all the other guys aren't quite doing it, or if I run out of time or something, this guy is kind of like what we're going to be using to just kind of finish it off. So I would definitely recommend going for ground types, obviously, leveling them up as much as you can. Like ideally, I would like to have these guys be higher level myself, but we're just gonna go for it. And if you want like a little bit more firepower, have Daydream with you, just because that's gonna be he's gonna be aggroing as well. Now, besides pals, we're talking about equipment. I just have pelt armor. Obviously, like metal armor or beyond is going to be a little bit more ideal for this. It's going to keep you a little bit more protected. I do have the mega shield, though, that's going to help me just survive a little bit more with my defense, basically. And I also have the feathered hairband. And this one is actually, I got this from a schematic. It's an uncommon one, so it's a little bit better than just like the standard hairband. So you might want to do maybe something a little bit better just to give you a little bit more defense if you don't have something that's like an uncommon blah blah blah, right? So that's kind of like what we're looking at armor-wise. And then the only other kind of thing that I would say is definitely bring along some sort of ranged weapon. If you have access to like a gun, that would be ideal. We're bringing in the crossbow just because that's kind of like the highest tier ranged weapon that I have right now. And then we have like a good amount of arrows with us to kind of see how that goes. So we're going to be fighting him on top of that. And I'm just going to feed all these guys. We don't have to worry about being hungry. And we're going to go in and see how we do. Let's begin our boss fight. But the general strategy that we're going to be using, we're going to do our best to focus on Zoe herself rather than Grizzbolt, because she doesn't have quite as much, health. Like she does, like there's more damage to her than Grizzbolt, for example. So we're going to be focusing our attacks on her. Rushor is probably going to be, going for our friend here. But yeah, so that's kind of like it. And then the other kind of thing that we're going to be keeping in mind are the pillars in this boss arena. There's our big boy. because these guys have like laser attacks and stuff, so using those pillars to avoid their attacks is helpful. So let's see how we do here. We're gonna throw out our friend. Can you mount up? Hello. Thank you. Alright, so let's go ahead and just see how we do here. And I did give him the stone cannon fight as well, or skill as well, just to kind of give him a little bit more oomph, if you will. Alright, let's go ahead and get out of this area. Alright, so that we're going to try and avoid, get behind the pillar. Ooh, just made it. Good. Oh, that pillar's now in my way. And we're just gonna run as best we can, because I know he's gonna what this wants to do is that guy right there. Well done, Daydream. Alright, we're gonna run behind the pillar. Oops. I mean, hey, I guess that works. Actually, that was really nice because that helped us evade that fight, or that blast there. Oh, he's got the... Woo! Alright, good. And then we'll do a charge. And we're gonna run away again. Oof. Ooh, nice. We just missed that one. That one's always hard. It's like 3 jumping attacks. It's rough. You got laser. Alright, quick run. Ah, just a little too slow. Alright, let's charge him again. Boom. Alright, at this point, I think I'm going to quick dismount. We're going to get rid of him real fast. We'll throw the other one out for now. And what I also like to do is I'll try and avoid... There we go. Avoid, when he does like that, for example, I'm going to pull him back so that he can't be shot, and I'm going to throw him out again. This guy's obsessed. Look at him. Come for me. Alright, go ahead. Do what you gotta do. It's fine. Oh, we're going to avoid that. We're going to run as fast as we can. Ah, every time. And if you notice, whenever I hit her, oops, when I actually hit her, laser eyes going on. We actually get a good amount of damage, as opposed to, like, if we were hitting him, for example, like, that's like 107, but if we hit her, we're getting, like, 300 or so. Oops, avoid that. Oh, hi. I was so sure I was between that. Oh, we got the laser on us. That's fine. I prefer that, to be honest. Christ. We're getting a little close on time, I can see here. I'm a little nervous about that. Not sure what you doing, then. Yeah, that is the unfortunate thing about Rush Hour, is that like his aim, its aim, not enough. Much like mine, let's be honest. Oop, oh, pull back. So we're just gonna keep firing as best we can here. Oh, 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 run me. Run! And our Daydream, like I said, is also just kind of like going at it too. Which is great, because that's just a little bit more damage for us. Alright, I think I might pull back, because I'm getting a little nervous about the time. Ow, that was rude. No, come here, Fox Barks. Come here, we gotta do stuff. Where you at? There you are. We're gonna see if we can't mostly hit her on this. Run away. Alright, and then back in. There we go, we're getting there, we're getting there. Ugh, every time. We're very close though. I do love he just kind of like, oh, there we go. He just kind of like comes on up. He's just like, hey there. Oh, we did it. So it is possible, obviously, with a level 16 rusher. Obviously, they've all just leveled up, which is amazing. Obviously, also, the more advanced or the better, you know, ground type that you have, the easier that fight is. For example, I have like a level 30-something Anubis, and he takes care of Grizzbolt in like a minute or two. So like obviously the higher tier, if you will, PAL, the faster that fight goes. But it is possible to do it with a level 16 Rushor, as long as you have, like, I would say definitely having like the Daydream here with you also hitting helps. Make sure that you try to focus on Zoe as much as possible, because that's where we're getting a lot of that damage on our own. And so that kind of like helps us stack the Rushor's attacks with, like, you know, the highly effectiveness. I did have to switch between one Rushor with the other, and I didn't have to go into the Fuddlers at all, so pretty good. Obviously, the main thing was, like, you know, are these guys gonna do enough damage with the time, which we got pretty close there. We had like a minute or so left, but possible, certainly possible. So that's kind of like a boss guide for beginners. Like I said, when you have higher level ground types, but also better level ground types, like Digtoise would be pretty good there. Anubis for me is kind of like top tier ground type, if you ask me. So if you have an Anubis, level him up. He'll take care of Grizzbolt, no problem, like very easily. But yeah, just make sure that you're equipped, have some sort of ranged weapon. Obviously, the better ranged weapon you have, the more damage you're going to be doing to her, which is also going to bring that fight down faster. So if you can get your hands on like a handgun or something early on, that'll make this fight a lot faster, a lot easier. And then just make sure you have, decent armor, dodge when you need to dodge, have Daydream helping you out, and that fight will be yours. So hopefully you found that helpful for our beginners out there who are looking to have their first kind of tower fight taken care of. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. And if you do have your own tips or anything like that, let us know in the comments, because we're all pals. We're here to conquer the land or whatever. I don't know. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Until then, keep surviving and keep thriving.